All right, so this is 4 addendum practice worked out problems, and there's only a handful of them. So, wow, this looks horrible. Let's see what's going on. Let's find the derivative, and let's find what x equals when y is 17/4. Yeah, this looks challenging. 17/4 equals x plus 1 over x. We'll multiply by 4x to get 17x equals 4x squared plus 4x squared minus 17x plus 4 equals 0. We do some calculus, we get x equals 1/4, comma, x equals 4. I threw that in there so that we can cross that out. dy dx equals 1 plus -1 over x squared. Derivative, the inverse, 1 over, plug in 4, 1 minus 1/16, which is 15/16, which flips upside down, gives us 16/15. So 2 equals 3x minus 5x to the third, 5x to the third minus 3x plus 2 equals 0, x equals 1. 5 minus 3 is 2 plus, that doesn't add up. That definitely does not add up. Well, let's factor it and find out what's going on. So 5 times 2 is 10. We'll bring you back later. Oh, it's next to the third. I can't. I keep making that mistake. So about -1. Yep, this works. So by inspection, my favorite math BS thing in the world, -5 plus 3 plus 2. Okay, there we go. So let's find the derivative. dy dx equals 3 minus 15x squared. d dx of the inverse equals 1 over 3 minus 15 times -1 squared equals -1/12. Tricky stuff. When y equals e, x equals 1 comma e. I feel like doing this one the other way. Yeah, why not? X equals e to the y. 1 equals e to the y, dy dx. dy dx equals 1 over e to the y at y equals 1. d dx inverse equals 1 over e. Let's do it again the other way. X equals y to the 7th minus 2y to the 5th plus 2y to the 3rd. I never did figure out what's going on here. 1 minus 2 plus 2 works. So this point works at 1 comma 1, which is nice. 1 equals 7y squared dy dx minus 10y to the 4th dy dx plus 6y squared dy dx. dy dx equals 1 over, plugging in, 7 minus 10 plus 6, 1 over 3. Derivative, inverse, 1/3. And this is only one page of problems. My hand's already cramping up. Let's do this the other way. So -2 equals x plus x to the third. Or -1, it works. -1 comma -2. Cool. dy dx equals 1 plus 3x squared. dy dx when x equals -1. Lost my mind for a second there. d dx of the inverse, 1 over 1 plus 3 times -1 squared equals 1/4. All right, onwards. 3 equals 4 times x minus x to the third. Plug in 1, no. Plug in -1, no. Plug in 2, plug in -2. Okay, I'm gonna try 1 again. Oh yeah, my bad. So the point is 1 comma 3. dy dx equals 4 minus 3x squared. d dx, the inverse, equals 1. Doing this the other way, so x equals ln of y, 1 equals 1 over y, dy dx, dy dx equals y. Therefore, oh, I never did this. Natural log can equal 0. Yes, it can. That was a stupid thing to do. 1 comma 0. E to the 0 equals 1. Got it. Y when y equals 1, because again, we trade those around, equals 1. X equals y 1/3 plus y to the 1/5. The point is 1 comma 2. 1 equals 1/3 y to the -2/3 dy dx. 1/5 y to the -4/5 dy dx. dy dx. Sorry, it's just looking at something here. Let's do this right. dy dx equals y. And let's go with dy dx of the inverse. That's how we really should write it. Is, yeah, okay. Back to this. Dx equals 1 over 1/3 y to the -2/3 is 1/5 y to the -4/5 ddx of the inverse equals 1 over 1/3 plus 1/5. 5, 3, 8, 15s, 15/8. Good luck and happy mathing.